Yo, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stephanie Mendez from the Roto Beach team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Saturday, December 9th. If you're new to our channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below so you can watch all of our NFL and NBA videos. And please make sure and click the like button on this video as it really helps us out. Also, if you want to play the actual lineups every day that we're playing, please come and visit our website here at www.rotobeast.net and join the fun with us. So let's kind of get into this video. I'm gonna make it a short one. It's a Friday night. I'm guessing we all got a lot better things to do than talk about Saturday basketball. But this is a pretty good slate. I like it. There's some good spots. I think that there's actually a lot of good spots. You're gonna have to kind of decide, which spots to kind of attack. The first game I'm really going to start with is going to be Philadelphia at Cleveland. This game has the highest implied total at 218. Projected points to be scored, and Cleveland's favored by 5. I will note Cleveland's on a back-to-back, and they just lost tonight. So they're going to be ready to play at home, but Philadelphia is a young team. They're going to be without Embiid, though, so that's kind of definitely a big shot in the arm for them. Next, we got Houston at Portland. This game is going to be a very up-tempo game. This game has a 216 total. Houston's favored by 10. Then we got the Lakers at Charlotte. This game has a 214 implied total. Charlotte's favored by 5. Then I like the Orlando Magic's at Atlanta. They just played. It was a really good game. This game has a 213 total. Atlanta's favored by 2. The last game I kind of like is OKC at Memphis. This game should be a pretty good game. This game doesn't have a line. I'm guessing it's because of the Paul George news, if he's going to be in or out or not. If he's going to be out, it's really going to help Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony. If he's going to be in, Westbrook's going to get his regardless. It's probably going to hurt Carmelo more. So let's jump into the picks. I'll start at point guard. Westbrook, he's under 11,000. I like him. For him to hit value, you need 54. I know he hasn't really been going crazy the past couple games. He has the 45, the 43, the 46, but you got to also think about this 68, 65, 55, 60, 65. His price is just down right now. I like him going against Memphis. I like him even more if Paul George does sit. But definitely he's the top point guard on the slate. Then we got Lillard. He's going to be in a tough matchup against Chris Paul. Chris Paul's a pretty good defender, but Chris Paul's a little bit older as well. Lillard, they're coming off a devastating loss to Washington, who was shorthanded without John Wall. This was the game that Bradley Beal went off for 50 points. So they want to get back on track in the winning column. Lillard, he pretty much has to do everything for his team. Him and McCollum really carried the load. He's playing massive minutes, high 30s, low 40s. For him to hit value, you need 45, and he's got at least 41 in 4 of the past 5 games. So I definitely like Lillard. And then, I'm just going to quickly talk about Chris Paul on the other side of the ball. The minutes are starting to trend back up to the 30s. We know Chris Paul fills up the stat sheet. His price is a little bit higher than I would like. For him to hit value, you need about 43. I would like it to be more around in the 8,000 price range, 7,800. But I think he's still a solid play on the slate. Then we got Kemba Walker going against my Lakers at home. We know Kemba, it plays a lot better at home, and then he's going against my Lakers in a crazy up-tempo game. Everybody scores massive fantasy points on us, so definitely like Kemba Walker in this spot. Then we got Dennis Schroeder. He just was in this matchup last game. He played 39 minutes, and he went off for 46 fantasy points. At his price tag, you need about 42. The problem with him is I think he's a little bit more scoring dependent in my opinion. But, he just did really well in this matchup, and now he's going home. I don't know if you can expect this 46. I think that he'll probably get you between 35 and 40, though, so it's not going to kill you. I think he's a solid GPP play. And then two guys I'm not going to go over. I'm just going to quickly just glance. Eric Bledsoe, his price is still low. He is going against Utah in a slower paced game. Utah is a pretty good defensive team. But, I mean, his price is down. He's been very consistent. I'm just going to quickly show you. I mean, he's been doing work, plain simple. So I like him while his price is still low. And then Rubio, I know. You're like, why are you bringing up Rubio? But he's under 5,000. He is getting minutes. He's getting close to 30 minutes a game. Last game, I had him. He dudded on us, for the most part. But you only need, 24, 25 for him to hit value. He definitely has upside. Now we'll go to shooting guard. James Harden's on the slate. Every time he's on the slate, he's the top shooting guard. He's top shooting guard in the league. Last game against Utah, he only got you a 40, which was kind of like, But in this up-tempo game, against Portland, they're favored by 10. I really like Harden. Then we got the rookie Mitchell going against the Bucks. Mitchell, he's scoring a lot of points. They're pretty much their leading scorer. I think he's been their leading scorer for sure in like the past 10 games, and he's just been going off, and they're giving him a lot of minutes, and he's doing work. So this rookie, he's a solid play. For him to hit value, you need about 36, 37. I think he'll get you close. I don't think he's somebody you really could worry about. I do like him. McCollum, his price is just still cheap. 6,600 for him to hit value, you need about 32. He hasn't really got there lately. He got you a couple 30s. He's been more in the mid 20s. But mid 20s are still not going to kill you, and he does have upside. He's going to be going, head to head with James Harden, who isn't really a good defender at all. So McCollum, has a chance to do some work. He's a really good offensive player. Then we got Batum going against my Lakers. His price isn't moving, but his minutes are trending upward. The one thing that does scare me is that he played 42 minutes tonight, and then he's going to play tomorrow in a back-to-back. So I don't know if his minutes are going to be monitored or not, but as long as they don't say nothing, he's going to play at least 35 against my Lakers. I definitely like him, at his discounted price right now. The guy fills up the stat sheet. That's what I always tell you guys about him, and that's why I really like him. We got Bazemore. It's the next guy I'm going to talk about. 5,400 values, about 26. He was just in this matchup, got you 22. I know he hasn't really been doing the best, but Bazemore does have upside. He's averaging 27 fantasy points a game this season. It's pretty much what you need to hit value. The minutes are there. His shots just hasn't been going down. But if he can get some, some buckets to go with this 6 rebounds, 7 assists, it would have been a really good game. So I do like Bazemore. Small forward, Antetokounmpo, you can always, consider him. But I like LeBron James a little bit better against Philadelphia at home, coming off a loss. LeBron, he's been very consistent. He's averaging 54 fantasy points a game. For him to hit value, you need 60. The only thing that scares me is this could be a blowout since Philly doesn't have Embiid. But Philly's been playing very well, so this could stay close as well. Vegas has it at only a 5-point game. So I do like LeBron. I think he's going to be a really good cash game play. Then we got Paul George. If he does play, his price is down a little bit right now. 7,800 for him to hit value. You need about 38. And he had a couple off games right here, but these are kind of two really good defensive teams. And before that, he's been getting there. He's averaging 39 fantasy points a game this season. So I do like Paul George. Oops, sorry, I'm over here skipping around. Next, small forward, I'll talk about Brandon Ingram. This young guy, he's one of my new favorite players. He's good. He just has to get some meat on his bones, get a little bit bigger, but I think he's going to turn into a superstar. He's been a dominant force, over the past, we'll say, 10 games in general. He's been playing a lot more aggressive. The minutes are up. He's scoring the ball. He fills up the stat sheet at a 7-3 price tag. We need about 36. In the past 4, he's got us at least 38 in 3 of the past 4. Going against Charlotte, I think this is going to be, a pretty back and forth game. So I do like Brandon Ingram. Then we got Covington going against Cleveland, 6,900. For him to hit value, you need about 35. I really don't like going against taking guys against that's going to pretty much be directly guarding LeBron James. He could get in foul trouble. I mean, you can see in this game against Cleveland, he only got 13 fantasy points. So I think he is a little bit more of a GPP play. But Covington, I mean, in the past 3 games, he's hit at least 41, 2 in the past 3. So I mean, he's starting to pick it up. The shots been going down. He does fill up the stat sheet. So I like Covington. And we got a reason. His price is just way down here. Way down here. I mean, the minutes are there. He's getting at least 32 to 35 minutes a game if it's a close game. He's averaging 11 points a game, 24 fantasy points. If he gives you this 24 fantasy points, he's pretty much hitting value for you. You would definitely take this. So I think Reese is a really good play on the cheaper end for Portland. For Houston going against Portland. And the one guy I'm not going to talk about, I'm just going to quickly bring him up, Rudy Gay. He's been starting the past couple games. The minutes are there. This game is a little bit closer spread than I expected, so you can watch out. Spurs could rest somebody tomorrow. I could definitely see it being Gay since he's a veteran and he started 3 games and played 30-something plus minutes. But I mean, he's been playing well, so if he is in the star lineup, definitely take a look at him against Phoenix, who plays absolutely no defense. One thing that I really didn't mention the Spurs is because I feel this game is pretty much going to be a blowout. But yeah, no, I definitely like Rudy Gay if he starts tomorrow. Ben Simmons, power forward. He's going to be the top power forward. Last time he played Cleveland, he had a dud game. He only put up 30 fantasy points. But the young guy's been filling up the stat sheet. He got a triple-double against the Lakers in 42 minutes. So, I mean, he's playing high minutes when necessary, 39, 39, 40, 36. At 10-5, for him to hit value, you need about 23. About 53. He could definitely get there, but I think he's a little bit more of a GPP play. I definitely would have rather pay up for a couple other guys. Then we will talk about Carmelo. So I like him more if Paul George sits again at 6'8". You need him to get you about 30. 33, 34. He's averaging 31 a game. His shot, he just hasn't really been going down for him, but he's getting shots. That's something that you really gotta like. That he is getting the shots. He just hasn't been making them. He was a little bit more aggressive last game with Paul George out, even though he only scored 11 points. So I do like Melo, but he's more of a GPP play if Paul George does play. Then we got Derek Favors. His price is starting to drop. Ever since Gobert has came back, his minutes have been down. That's what's kind of, sorry about the situation. But his price is also down too. You only need 25 for him to hit value. He's averaging 27 a game. And he's been consistent before the past couple of games. And I will note, this has been since Gobert has been back, and he always kind of chins down when Gobert is in there with them. He doesn't play the same as without him. But the price is there. He was just almost 7,000 a week ago. So definitely something that you can take a look at. He's still in the starting lineup. Then we got, I think these two guys, I think you're probably going to end up going cheap at a power forward. Marvin Williams, they said without Kaminsky, he's going to play massive minutes. Tonight he played 39, and he gave us 34 fantasy points at a 4.4 price tag. The price didn't even move. So I like him. I think he's probably going to be a lock for cash games tomorrow. I'll go ahead and add him against my Lakers. And one more guy that's going to probably be pretty chalky is going to be, where's he at? Oh yeah, Amir Johnson, 3,500. It's already announced that Embiid is going to be out. Last time Embiid was out, Johnson started for him. He only played 21 minutes, but he got almost 27 fantasy points. So if they say he's going to start again and get 20 minutes, and also Sark is out too. So if Sark is out and They say he's going to start for Embiid. I think he'll be probably one of a chalk value play. I think he'll be really really good play. Then we'll finish off with center Vooch. He's been putting in work. He's been on fire. He just had this matchup last game. He went off for 63. Tonight he went off for 55. He's really been aggressive, getting them boards, getting them blocks. He's playing very well right now. 8,500 is a very reasonable price tag. You need about 42 for him to hit value. Against Atlanta, they don't have nobody that can really guard him. I really like him a lot. I think he's going to be a really good play. I played him tonight and he went off for me. And we got Capella. He's just he gets you 34 a night. You just move on. He didn't get that against Utah. He struggled a little bit against Gobert, but Portland, I don't know if they're gonna be with Nurkic, and if they're not gonna have him, you definitely gotta like Capella. The guy's been very consistent for the most part, and his price is dropping a little bit. You need about 35 for him to hit value, very close to what he's averaging per game this season. One guy I quickly mentioned is Kevin Love. The minutes aren't what we want him. We want Kevin Love in the 30s. But even with only playing those minutes, he's still getting 42, 36, 33. None of these are going to kill you. On an 8,000 price tag, you need about 42. He could definitely get there. Like Philadelphia, especially without Embiid, they don't really have nobody that can kind of match up on Kevin Love. I think Holmes is kind of can match up on him, but he's probably going to end up coming off the bench, and Kevin Love's a starter. So I do like Kevin Love. And then you guys are going to call me crazy, but I'm going to finish off first. The Lopez Robin. 5.2, you need 26 for him to hit value. And look at this dude. He's averaging 25 a game. This is just a guy on the cheap end, so you could pay up for the studs like Westbrook, Harden, LeBron. But, 31, 25, 29, 29, 27, 22, 23. Like, he's just consistent. He's never going to get you nothing crazy. But, he's getting there. He's solid. Going against the Knicks, he's going to be banging with Cantor, who's not a defensive player at all. So I do like Lopez. And then one more guy I'll quickly mention. Actually, I'll mention both of these guys. Brook Lopez, he's starting. He's more of a GPP play, but at 4,300, his price is down a lot. You need him to get you about 21 for value. I definitely think he can get you there. He does have upside. He's shown us earlier this season. He does have upside. Got you a 47 shot against Philadelphia. Against Phoenix in 31 minutes. So I think he's a good GPP play. Holmes, he'll pick up a couple extra minutes. He's a solid GPP player as well. If they announce that he's going to be starting at 4,300 at center going against Cleveland, I think you could definitely consider this guy in your cash games. He's a really, really good points per minute guy. So I definitely like Holmes. And then also, too, if Chandler's out again and Monroe is starting, you can consider him against the Spurs. So I think you're kind of have to decide where you're going to pay up and where you're going to pay down. There's some good spots at a bunch of different positions on the higher end and lower end. I think you're probably going to end up paying up a little bit more at point guard. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let me quickly just go through this real quick. So if I have to pick, probably have to say Westbrook. We got Marvin Williams. And I really like Harden, but his price is up there. I'm about to go with Batum. If they say he's not going to get a minutes limit. Small forward. See, this is a position I was kind of unsure on. I would love to get I would love to go LeBron. But what are we going to do it? If we go LeBron, that's only going to give us... That'll give us 5,200. So I don't know. We could. Here, I'm gonna leave center open because I don't know what. I'm not sure at center. To be honest with you, so I'm just gonna give you one way that you could kind of go. If Johnson is starting tomorrow, you could probably go like this. Boom. you could probably go that route. You could probably get away cheap. Um, at power forward, to be honest with you, there's no guys that are really jumping off the page excited me anyways at that position. So if you go this route and you have 5,700 left, it's giving you, but these guys are gonna lock you in. You know, this he's gonna give you at least 50. He's gonna give you 50. That's 100 between them two. You want at least 120, but I'm trying to be realistic. But Tune, if he's gonna play, 35 minutes, gonna get you value for sure. He should be pretty close at least. Then you got, Williams, if he's going to play 38 minutes again. You got like him, Johnson, if he starts. So, yeah. So, that's just kind of something that I'm kind of looking at a little bit. Like I said, I do this the night before, so I got to see what value plays open up and who's going to start tomorrow, etc. for people that are resting. But if you have any questions, you want to talk about somebody that I didn't mention, definitely hit me with a comment below, and we can have a little discussion about them. So, hey, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.